Hey everyone, welcome back to Prairie Grown Reviews. We review books, games, movies, and TV shows. And today, we are back for episode 5 of Hawkeye, called Ronin. Now Nat, on to your thing.
As usual, like, subscribe, comment, yada yada. If you're watching our videos, please do that. If you're interested in more stuff, we have playlists all over our channel. Please look at our gaming stuff. That has not been touched in a very long time, and we put our hearts and souls into that. So you should definitely go watch it. Seb's an idiot, but that's besides the point. We do audio stuff. That's on our podcast, anywhere you find those. And our written stuff is at www.prairiegrownreviews.com. And that's about everything.
That's it. And now on with the video. So when we started this episode, I was like, this is weird. It didn't go with the whole Marvel intro and previous thing. Instead, we got this cool flashback to see Yelena. She was blipped. She was snapped.
I was right.
Austin was right. We saw, just like last week where I bragged about being right, Austin was right here. We did, in fact, see how Yelena got into, well, kind of.
We actually didn't go as far as I thought we would.
We literally just saw that she was blipped, in fact.
And then just closed the book. But that's all right. We get a little bit of that detail.
Makes her anger at Clint a little more reasonable, though. Yeah. The fact that she literally came back and Nat was dead and Clint was the only responsible one, I guess.
Only person there.
I mean, it was really cool to see from a perspective of someone being blipped away and, like, you know, they like leave and come back. I don't know, we haven't seen that yet, I don't think.
Nope. Well, like, WandaVision was the closest we saw with Monica Rambeau, but, like, we didn't see her get snapped. We only saw her blip back.
Yep.
Exactly. So, like, it was really cool.
Saw both sides.
And it was, like, instantaneous, which is how Peter Parker described it feeling. So that was interesting. And, I mean, it is interesting. I think we'll see this as a continuation of Yelena's character, where she's trying to free other Black Widows.
Yep.
And I think that's just going to be something we see in everything she pops up in future movies and shows.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
Moving on, we're going to the next biggest thing. We finally get the confirmation that I've been saying since week 1 that Eleanor, the mom of Kate, is bad. She's bad.
I mean, not surprising.
No, it's not surprising, but it wasn't that hard to figure out. But at the same time, it's officially confirmed she's the one who hired Yelena, which we especially suspected after the phone call in last week's episode where she was like, "We have a problem," and then Yelena showed up. So but it is interesting. I'm really looking forward to next week getting into theory, seeing Kate confront her mom. I really want to see this, and maybe Jack's not even that bad a guy. Who knows?
You think he definitely got framed then? I don't know if he got framed, but like,
he still owns a shell corporation, so he's still a little sketchy. But maybe he's not like, maybe he's just like
super sketchy.
We got to remember he didn't get framed into going to that auction.
No, that's true.
That's true.
So now he may not be like as bad as he's being made to look.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think he's a good dude.
No, he's still a villain. He's just probably like more like a minor henchman.
I would say he's just a bad dude. I think villain is too.
Well, not a villain.
Mm-hmm. He's just a bad dude.
The comic character he's based on is called the Swordsman, and apparently the Swordsman trained Hawkeye because Hawkeye was a villain originally, and then he changed into a.
That could be interesting.
So I don't know. But there's no way that's happening. There's no way because he's like the same age as Clint.
Yeah.
But like, I think we might see more of his swordsman skills because like they teased that with the fencing in the second episode.
Totally.
But now moving on, we do see Kingpin, which has been rumored for a long time, and the actor who played him in the Daredevil show on Netflix has been teasing he'd return, and especially with rumors about Spider-Man No Way Home with Daredevil potentially showing up, or at least his lawyer form of Matt Murdock. This would be the perfect time for Kingpin to show up, and she does in a photo, and that's the Kingpin, and I'm sure we'll see him next week, maybe, but I think it'll be a post-credit scene. That is my bet. I put my money on he doesn't show up in the actual episode.
I find that hard to believe. I'm not gonna lie.
Hard to believe.
Maybe they get brought in front of him.
What are we heading towards otherwise?
Eleanor.
But Eleanor's not super big bad. Like, what's she gonna do? What can she do?
I guess, we don't know if she can fight or not, but even if they take her down, if they take her down quickly, they need a bigger threat.
My money is on she can't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I feel like she just hires people. That's what she does. She has money.
She might be just like, crime boss.
I don't feel like there's any hidden fencing skills there at all.
That's fair.
It's a little bit disappointing that we don't have the very huge proportions of Kingpin like we've seen in the comics. He's got really tiny head, really big body. Well, that's kind of hard to replicate in live action. So
Yeah.
I mean, green screen stuff does exist. I mean, have you seen
Yeah,
Thanos?
Vince
Doesn't
is
look
not
like
really
that
the
in real life.
guy as it is.
but he's big, but he's in proportion.
Well, he's not tall. Like, dude's supposed to be like
Guess so.
5 and 300 pounds of muscle.
And yeah, Kingpin's always been very like square.
Yeah, he's like
and,
almost.
That's also true.
smallest head of all time.
He's kind of big
That's
enough.
fair.
Like,
But it looks
it's
funny.
Well, he doesn't have a neck. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
it's-
Like, he's got very little neck.
He's supposed to look like a little.
He's like a ball.
nothingness.
He's
Yeah,
like a little
exactly.
bowling ball. But anyways, getting back, I think that the other biggest thing this episode shows is that Clint is not going back to his Ronin ways. Like I was telling Austin this when we were watching, but I thought he might have, gone for the kill with Maya. But he doesn't. He threatens her.
I didn't think he would kill though. Not gonna
But
lie. I thought it was just like
he doesn't want
straight
to go back
threatening.
to that. That's fair.
He's got more to worry about now than he did then, right?
Yeah.
So
His family's back.
yeah, it's a little bit
Exactly.
different Clint than what was around back then. Now he loses them again. It wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world for me
If
to
he
see
went
him
back
go
there.
back to that. But
They're
I think
not
as
going to
long-
kill kids.
I
It's
think as long as
Disney.
they're kicking around.
They kill parents before they kill kids.
That's true. That's
But
true.
if the mom dies and the kids are screwed, so like
Yeah, that's true.
they're all together right now.
They're
So.
not going to kill the mom. They're not going to kill. I think the family's safe enough in Michigan or wherever they are.
So we
Are
don't
they safe
watch-
enough? Didn't
We don't
Clint
really
say?
get to watch at all in this episode.
That's true.
At all. Like
They're-
we
we get
talk
a mention
about
of
it
it.
for like 1 second, and we don't really talk about it at all, which tells me that it's too important for us to leave it alone. So I'm assuming that's going to play
Heavily into next
a
week.
bigger role next week because there's no way around it. You
No.
have to delve into that at least a little bit because we put so much weight and like there's like 5 connections to it right now. So if we don't at least find it or like talk about it or like figure out what it is exactly, it's just going to be a massive open hole, right? There's no way
Exactly.
around that.
Right. Yeah. True.
I think it leans more into the theory maybe that it's Laura, his wife's watch. So
Mhm.
like she's really interested in this watch.
Yep.
So I could see the theory of her being an ex-Shield agent is
Yep.
I could see it being coming in, and maybe it's like it is her like past life, and if they found out about it, it would like give her away and the kids, and that of course would be very important.
Yep.
And maybe it was at the Avengers compound because maybe Clint kept it on him for a
Could be,
while
could
and
be.
left
Yep.
it there.
I can see it.
So I mean we'll find out next week. Again, that's going to be revealed.
I would assume
We
so.
also know that the big Rockefeller Center tree that they've referenced in this episode, that's foreshadowing because the trailers have shown that basically what looks like the end battle is taking place by that tree.
Yep.
So I think I can't wait to see how Yelena factors into that. And she's not going to kill Clint because, like we said, killing Clint would make her too unlikable. Like people would have trouble liking her after that.
Yep.
So they've got to find a way to at least maybe she doesn't like him so much, but they got to go at peace. Like there's got to be peace where she's like, okay, maybe I'm angry at you, but I'm not going to kill you. You miss her too, and then she goes on her way. So I guess we just see what happens with that. But next thing I want to talk about is I wanted to bring up. I didn't make my notes this time.
Nope, you didn't.
Nice. Good job, Seb.
Okay.
While you're thinking, I'll put a random point.
Yeah,
Just when Clinton was talking to like the little plaque thing with the whole New York Vow thing, I for some reason thought Yelena would overhear it and be like, oh, maybe he's not such a bad guy.
Yeah, that's what I
But
said.
at the same time, I was like, it'd be too easy.
That's what he said.
So
It would have been
I don't know.
way too easy.
way too easy.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool little moment. Just sort of take a step back from the episode, right? So I thought that was okay. Just to jump on Sebastian's point about the final battle and Yelena, I'm still gonna hold tight. I don't think there's any way that Clint convinces Yelena not to kill him. I think it's either got to be
Kate.
she's either got to figure out that the people she's working for is a bigger evil, which I think is probably the best chance, that she figures out that Kingpin's more of a problem. And so she doesn't give up on Clint. She just decides to put her efforts elsewhere, or Kate talks her out of it. Those are the only two I see.
Yeah.
Because Clint could sit here and like sob his eyeballs out for 7 days and she'd still be like,
Off of your head.
You mean he doesn't have the GoPro footage from Vormir?
nope, unfortunately
Ah,
not.
body cam
Unfortunately.
footage.
They should honestly. Those suits are so high tech. They like.
It should have. There should be like that way you can like, especially after the whole Accord
Still
thing.
be Accords,
So you
yeah.
could be like, Yeah, this isn't damage.
Exactly.
This come on. But no, the reference I thought about,
Yep.
the Easter egg. Yelena mentioned she wants to see the new and improved Statue of Liberty. Now, in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailers, we've been seeing that it looks like they might be adding some sort of Captain America shield to the Statue of Liberty. It looks like there's a fight taking place at the Statue of Liberty, and it's under construction.
Oh,
This takes place
that's
after No Way Home.
It does.
But there's
Okay,
reference.
right.
No Way Home takes place, right after. So it's like September of 2024, and this is December 2024.
No.
No, they just confirmed.
25.
No, that's what it was thought to, but they just changed it to, because what was shown in the a recent No Way Home footage showed that the Hawkeye, the musical or the Rogers musical, and the reference to this being new makes it that it's got to be recent enough that it was just under construction. And so that's the reference.
Break it in No Way Home.
Yeah, the fight. There's the fight in the scaffolding, like where we see the Lizard and Sandman and Electro jumping at Spider-Man. That's right about so they could break it. But anyways, it looks like that's what she's talking about. So I'm interested to see what that is. But that's again, a lot of people have been saying there's a lot of connection between No Way Home and Hawkeye just because they're coming out so close to each other.
Do you think with
maybe Kingpin?
Do you think with No Way Home coming out on Friday and the 6th episode not coming out until Wednesday, do you think we get any mini little hints in No Way Home
about what may have happened,
as small as they may be?
Or No Way Home happened before. Maybe we hear something.
Little hints as to what could be coming. Because No Way Home happens first, right? So there might be some context clues.
Maybe we hear rumors of a Kingpin in New York.
Yeah, like obviously totally detached from Hawkeye, right?
Yeah.
Right, true.
But I think we could see that totally.
I think post-credit scene of that movie is going to be something to do with
There's two.
Strange, actually.
Two post-credit
of course.
Yeah.
Always.
Of course, yeah.
Right? But
I
think we're in for a good one next week. I
don't know how it's going to end. I don't know what's the resolution. I know everyone's against me on this. I still think Clint's going to make it home. He might not.
There's no way. After this episode, there's absolutely no way.
There's no way. I actually have lost the concept of what day it is.
That too.
2 days.
Like I have no idea.
I think he's got 2 days.
Like I did know, and now I'm lost. So
I'm super lost.
I will amend it slightly. He will be with his family at Christmas. Either he will be home or they will be in New York. But either way, he will be with his family.
But why would his family come to New York when they know that he's in trouble?
Well, no, he's going to resolve this by Christmas Day. And he will be with his family. That is my bet. Because it's a Christmas story. Any movie that has Christmas always resolves. There's not a single Christmas movie that really ends with a sad ending. He's going to see especially there's so much riding on this with his relationship with his kids since the blip. He will make it home or they will come to him. Either way, he will see his kids Christmas Day. I will die on that hill. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll wear the stupid bag. But if I'm right, Austin's wearing the bag. And Nat can wear some sort of thing too because he's been so adamantly against this too.
I
wore the bag last Christmas Day. We're going to do that again.
That's your worst idea yet. I don't think there's any way they come to New York.
New York. That's so like
getting there.
More of a chance
than
I mean, that was just a way for me to cover it. But I'm just saying he's definitely going to be with his family. That is my bet. There's no way.
Video calls don't count, okay?
That would go against what he's trying to prove. Is that that his family's he's trying to prove how important his family is. Like he took them to New York. He's trying to be a good dad. That would just kind of lessen that, cheapen that. Yeah, he's a hero, but he's a family man, and that's what he's been. So I think the show is trying to show, and also maybe a passing of the torch that Kate's the new Hawkeye, and he's going to take a backseat role, maybe be like a Nick Fury for a new Avengers team, but he's not going to be the main Hawkeye anymore. Kate will be, and he's going to go spend time. But I think his arc in this is proving he can have help. He's worked on the Avengers, but never just one-on-one with someone other than that. And I think his other arc is proving that his family is what's important to him most of all. And I think if he doesn't make it home, especially with what his son said in episode 3 about it, so he feels guilty about not being back. So I think he has to make it back.
All I know is we have way too much to cover in 40 minutes next week.
If they do 40 minutes, again,
if we even get that,
because it could be more though. They've been about 6-hour shows. We've had 2 50 minutes, and we've had 3 40-minute shows.
So maybe we get 50 minutes.
We're not going to get an hour, but I think we'll get a 50-minute-ish episode. I think they'll go longer on this one.
But you got to remember, we're getting a post credit. So
that's true. We'll get a post
6 minutes of credit.
That's true.
Right. I think we got too many balls in the air right now to solve them all. I don't think we went far enough this week, to be quite honest with you. I thought it was a good episode, but I don't think we took enough steps in the right direction. That I think we're gonna have to do some juggling next week to.
I think next week is going to be front half, a lot of conversations, back half, mostly fighting, and then a quick resolution. But I think there's going to be a lot of, like Eleanor, Kate will be angry at her. There'll be a big emotional fight. And then Eleanor will be saying something, I don't know, maybe about like why she is a criminal, like giving her justification. Maybe we find out more about Jack.
Yep.
And then Kate will probably she'll probably be arrested. My bet that Eleanor's arrested. She either gets away or she's arrested. Maybe she becomes Kate's biggest foe. Like, not in terms of someone she fights, but like she can't catch her. And it's her mom.
I don't see
She can't put her behind bars. I don't know.
No.
But I don't know. She could be behind bars by the end of this.
Yeah.
Kate has a really big sense of justice, and I don't think she'd let that fly. Like there's
No, but I mean, like, I think
if
that
she will,
Eleanor might escape, and she'll just constantly be trying to get Eleanor. I'm not saying she'd let Eleanor go. No, Kate's got too much of a sense.
I know, but like it feels.
I get the feeling that
I don't think Kate would be let her go though. Like I don't think that's in her character.
I think she's not a combatant for sure. Like that's probably wrong. But I think
if that's the case,
see,
she's not.
Eleanor just wouldn't be in the final battle in that case, though, right?
She'd need an escape plan because she's not. She might be smart, but
she doesn't know Kate knows.
Hawkeye doesn't escape places solely because he's smart.
No, he's got plans. He plans.
Widow did never escape places because she was just smart.
They got skills.
Exactly, right? And I think that side is totally lacking. So if you get Eleanor and Kate in a foot race, Eleanor loses 100%.
Well, yeah, Kate's like athletic, a black belt.
Yeah, exactly.
Kate's going to take her down.
And if anything, she can shoot her down.
Eleanor gets away.
Is if she has a plan.
Nope.
And Jack's involved?
Nope, neither one of those. Is if Kingpin enters the room and she slips out.
Okay, yeah, that's probably actually the best bet of how she gets.
Yeah, that would be the only way. Yeah.
Is if there's a bigger threat and they get distracted and she just kind of leaks out the back door. Because otherwise, Kate's sole attention is going to be on her. It doesn't matter really who else is in the room outside of like Kingpin. That's it, pretty much.
So we haven't talked about Maya yet. I do want to touch on her story and just the fact that, do you think she's going to kill her second in command? Because he basically gave away that he.
We have to deal with that too still, don't we?
Yeah, well, because she basically gave.
Well, we do. I totally forgot about that.
This is what I mean. Too many balls in the air.
But like I said, she's getting her own show. So some of this can be resolved in her show, but some of it's got to be resolved.
You still got to close it a little.
But does she kill her second in command? Because he basically gave himself up as being the guy who gave up her father. He wasn't there. Her dad died, and he was in town, and he didn't have a good reason for her. And she's seeing through his lies.
Yep.
As much as she doesn't want to believe Clint because she just wants to be angry at the Ronin.
Yep.
She
knows.
She knows. So I don't know. Does she kill him, or does she think that there's a bigger? If Kingpin maybe she goes after Kingpin. If Kingpin wanted her dad dead, maybe that's her. Maybe she uses this guy to get to Kingpin.
The only way I see that happening is in her own show.
Yeah, I think her show could be her with Kingpin.
Yep. But we gotta take at least a couple of minutes of next week to either
I don't
open
think
that up
more
or close it more. No, I don't think so.
I think she doesn't have anything to do with I think she's done going after Clint and Kate. But I think Yelena will be in the final battle, and then we'll see her off. Because I think there's going to be.
Well, Yelena has to be there.
Yeah, I think she just got too many ties, and she hasn't gotten her official shot at Clint yet.
Nope.
Because last time there was too many other parties involved.
Yep. And if she doesn't, and if she changes her mind, she's going to want a shot at Kingpin. So.
Yes. Also, I told Austin this. I think it'd be really cool if we see a movie called Hawkeye and Black Widow, but it's Kate and Yelena, and they intercut flashbacks to Natasha and Clint when they were the
interesting.
Combat. I think that'd be a cool movie idea. Or a show.
You want to pitch it to Marvel?
I think someone's probably pitching it to Marvel because I stole that off the internet. So
Oh wow. Okay, then why, man? You should have prefaced this. I thought you had like legit smart ideas.
I
Like,
wish
if
I
you're
had
just
that.
plagiarizing.
I've had some pitches that
Man,
were some of my ideas here are straight up mine, but also the internet's good for finding other theories.
Yep.
So that one I could
it's
see
good for
that.
taking other people's ideas.
Yes.
Plagiarism at its finest.
I don't remember which Instagram account I looked at hundreds. So
Any big predictions for next week, Nat?
yeah.
Ooh, I don't know what to predict about. That's the thing.
Yeah,
There's
that's
so many
the thing,
topics to
it's hard.
discuss. I kind of want to say Maya spares her second in command because Clint spared her. So maybe she has like a brief like moment of, sure, I'll just spare you for now, but if I ever see you again, you're dead type of thing.
Maybe.
Eleanor, man, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say Eleanor's gonna be in the final battle,
No,
but I feel like she's gonna be in like the background somewhere in that fight.
Yep.
I definitely think Kingpin's gonna be fighting someone. Like there's no other like big bad that Clint
Well,
can
that's the
fight
thing, right?
besides
you guys
Yelena,
think
but
he's
like
gonna be in the after
that's
credits
true.
scene, but who do they fight?
The tracksuit mafia.
Like,
I don't know who they fight. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Who do they fight? Like,
oh,
they're not an
yeah,
army.
those guys are probably gonna have to come back.
Well, I think they're
oh
going
yeah, I
to
forgot
be
about
a visible army in this case. Like, they're just going
Yeah.
to be mini, like henchmen going up to fight, losing as they try to get to a bigger threat, which will probably end up being Kingpin.
has to be.
exactly.
But yeah, I think they'll be
Yeah.
like, because there's in one of the trailer shots, Kate and Hawkeye are firing in their new suits, which are teased in this,
Yep.
in front of that tree. And there's a bunch of bad guys around, and I'm assuming it's probably going to be the
Tracksuit
tracksuit.
then,
We
yeah.
haven't seen any big other group who's going to fight them, so it's going to be the tracksuits, and that's how they'll come back. My prediction, also this based on trailer shots, that Christmas party they keep referencing, the episode starts there, or like at least takes, because there's a scene in the trailer where
Yep.
Clint's in a suit
Yep.
and he's running from bullets and jumps out a window.
Yep.
So I'm assuming that's going to be their Christmas party gone wrong.
Yep.
Maybe Kingpin shows up, maybe the tracksuits show up, and then they've got a quick escape. Or maybe this is Eleanor's attempt at an escape, like having people attack Clint and Kate so she can slip out the back, as you said.
Yep.
But I don't know. But I think it's going to be the Christmas party because there's no other reason why Clint would have to wear a suit.
Yeah, that'll be what it is. I don't think we start like that. I think we need a little bit of
Well,
context.
it'll probably start with a little bit.
No. Here's what the episode started with. Here's what you guys are forgetting: the new costumes.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how we started.
Oh, that's the start. Yeah, it has to be.
Grills.
And it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be just like the last episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Well, that was episode 5 where he opened it.
Yeah, it was.
And then in episode 6, you see him come in with it, and because we didn't see what it looked like.
That's what.
Yeah, I know.
So that's how we'll start. We have to. Oh my God, we have so much
to do.
This is what I mean. Like, I think something's just gonna end up not happening.
Well, I think so too, but I think
it's gonna feel really short.
It's gonna either feel really short, but like I mean, I've been satisfied with all 3 of the previous finales, so I have faith that they'll come up with something satisfying. But we know this is not Yelena's last entry in the MCU. This is not Kate's. This is not Kingpin's. This is not Maya's, and I doubt it's Clint's.
Yeah.
Like, I think Clint will be back, but
that would break everything if it just was done.
Well, I don't think Clint can just, like, walk out after this. I think he'll be a mentor to Kate. Maybe, like I said, like, be a control room type guy, like guy in the chair, as Ned always says from the Spider-Man movies, for an Avengers team. Maybe a West Coast Avengers team like he set up in the comics.
Yeah, I could see it.
With Kate being on that team, if she doesn't join the Young Avengers, which is also a theory.
With as much, I think this show has left the most on the table for what they can do with the finale.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, which I'm excited about.
We're either gonna have the best of the 4 finales,
or the worst. Yeah,
and
pretty much. Yeah,
there is no room for in between because there's so much to do. Yeah. It's either gonna be so fast and so intense and just so much fun for 45 straight minutes, or you're gonna be sitting there going, "Why do I have 100 questions?"
That's true.
Right, but I think they'll do just a fine job.
You know what we should do next week though is record our like reactions to the finale, because as we saw in Loki, the post-credit scene was Loki comes back in season 2. If there's a Hawkeye season 2, that I don't know why that would be.
Just record the post-credit scene reaction.
We should record Austin's reaction of him losing his mind.
He was so angry at that.
Pissed off at the end of all 3 of those shows so far, so I gotta keep going. 4 for 4.
I wasn't pissed off with Well, okay. I wanted to know more about what happened with Vision in
Exactly.
WandaVision.
Exactly. There's no
Falcon,
but
was
we're watching
content
that one together, so
Yeah.
y'all will get.
Yeah,
We'll set it all up.
we'll
have some
have
fun
the
with
whole
that one.
table discussion.
We'll
Not
have some
outdoors,
fun.
it's cold, but
It's
we'll
cold
do
as
other
balls.
things.
We live in Saskatchewan. It's cold.
If you know where that is, give a thumbs up.
Good for you.
Good for you.
No, do the comments thing.
You
but
took
also
you
good for
took geography,
You
and you
know-
didn't forget
know
about
where-
us.
You know where Canada is, and you know where Saskatchewan is. You know we exist. Unless you know about the Riders, you tend not to if you're from out of country. So, out of province, they forget about us. So,
I mean, I think the people in Regina forget we're in Saskatchewan in the first place too. So, like,
okay. Well, before we get into a rant about our hometown, I will say thank you guys for watching this video. Like Nat always said, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. And from everyone here at the Prairie Grown Reviews team, see you guys next time.
Peace out.